In the past, others have attempted to present their views on the symbolism and meaning of the Clementine logo. I am of the view that this topic is relevant in today's environment. That is to say, that through media and other sources we are aware that other countries have in the past landed landers in the moon and at this present time in history are making preparations to follow the footsteps of the United States and land a space module on the surface of the moon. The Chinese space program recently launched and successfully landed a small rover-like craft on the far side of the moon. Finally, I hope that this brief presentation will inspire others to revisit the subject of the Clementine logo and its relationship to far side of the moon. The Clementine Logo and Image 4008. In 1993, 28 years ago, the Clementine logo was first unveiled to the public, and in January 25, 1994 the Clementine Lunar Orbiter was launched from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. The mission was a joint venture between the DoD and NASA. In the month of February 1994 the Clementine spacecraft entered lunar orbit until May 3 of that year. To carry out the mission, the Clementine spacecraft was equipped with an array of onboard instruments which included ultraviolet/visible camera, star tracker camera, near-infrared camera, high-resolution camera, LiDAR system and long-wave infrared camera. Upon completion of the lunar mission, the Clementine spacecraft was maneuvered out of the lunar orbit to make a flyby near the asteroid Geographos. A malfunction on the onboard computer ended the second part of the rendezvous. This mission was a continuation of previous missions to the Moon that included Lunar Orbiters 1-5. Brief history of Lunar Orbiters 1-5. In 1966-67 Lunar Orbiter 1-5 were launched to orbit the Moon. These orbiters were equipped with a high-resolution and medium-resolution cameras. The first two orbiters were programmed to photograph potential landing sites for the early Apollo missions. 12 possible landing sites were selected. Lunar Orbiter 3 validated the 12 possible landing sites and out of these 8 were selected. Lunar Orbiter 4 and 5 continued mapping the near and far side of the Moon until the lunar mapping program was completed. Below, we see two images, the one on the left is the Lunar Orbiter and on the right is the Clementine Orbiter. The online dictionary defines a logo as a design that is adapted to an organization's, groups or individuals. For example, if you want to evoke a patriotic response you would use colors like red, white and blue. It is not a coincidence that designers of the logo were well aware of this fact. For this reason you can see that the outer perimeter is red with white letters. Inside the red circle there is figure of a lady, Clementine the miner's daughter, towering over the crescent moon dressed in blue. Over the right shoulder is a miner's peak and on the left arm a white shield representing the SDI program of the Defense Department. Below the figure there is a white crescent moon with three distinct objects, raccoon mask, my interpretation, a wheel and flag. Finally, on the upper left shoulder is an image that resembles a fish with a number 9 against the background of space. In the next slide the downloaded image 4008 as it appears in the PDS Node website. On your left you see the image as it appears in the website and on the right is the same image rotated 180 degrees. By this time you may be wondering what connection does the flag, wheel or raccoon mask have to do with the crescent moon depicted in the Clementine logo? The answer to this question will become apparent once we look at the following images. On your left is a medium-resolution image 4008 and on the right the same image rotated 180 degrees. The large crater halfway up the moon is the Schrödinger crater and above it is the Zeeman crater. The first part of this presentation involves identifying and matching the three distinct objects on the crescent moon, with the three objects found on image low 4008 medium resolution, north of the Zeeman crater. 1. The raccoon mask appears on both images. 2. The wheel appears on both images. 3. The flag is represented by the cylinder-like structure on image 4008. Crescent moon and medium resolution frame 4008. Zooming in on the rotated image, we can identify the components that correspond to the crescent moon found on bottom of the Clementine logo. Identifying each part of the image. The view below illustrates the relationship between the crescent moon and image 4008. 1. Raccoon mask. 2. Wheel. 3. Flag. The image on the right was cropped to illustrate the possible structure found on image 4008. The structure has a series of tubular, cylindrical and conduit shapes forms. The scale of this structure is quite large. On Earth it would be considered a megastructure. It is worth noting that the Clementine logo designers emphasize the value of this find by placing the image of the flag over the structure. On the next slide, the flag appears superimposed over the structure. Below is depicted the flag pole and the breakdown of each component of the flag, and superimpose them on the structure. In closing, the components of the logo are identified and situated in their respective places. Below are two frames of the same image depicting the position of Clementine and of space module returning to the moon. Mission number 9. The image of the women and spacecraft embedded on the moon's surface. That is, each body part, the face, hair, dress, shield and orbiter module correspond to the surface of the moon. My personal observation is that the creators of the Clementine logo and NASA understood very well that this specific location chosen on the far side of the moon are important pieces of the puzzle for the exploration and mining of the moon.